Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. We are studying class 8 mathematics. In that, we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 5, data handling. So, in the previous standards, you might have learned few basic concepts about data handling, the bar graph, the pie chart, the pictograph. So, in this video, we will try to recollect all those things. Now, what is data handling? Data handling refers to the process of gathering, gathering means to collect, recording, and presenting information in a way that is helpful to other. For instance, we use graph or charts. So if we don't want to express anything or any set of data in terms of theory, what we do is to represent it in diagram. So that is nothing but graph or chart. So in higher standard, when you will learn this data handling, the name will be changed to statistics, right? And this will be very helpful when you will study maths and science in higher standards. So what do we need? What are the skills that we need while handling the data? So first skill that you will need is collecting all the kind of informations, recording, analyzing, sharing, right? These are the steps in which we handle the data, right? If you see in day-to-day life, in day-to-day life, we are full of information, facts, and data. So what exactly is the meaning of the word data is collected pieces of information. So it is usually collected according to the situation that we want to study. For example, if you want to study about marks scored in different subject, you can collect information, you can analyze it, you can record it, and you can then make any graph or chart. Same way, runs or goals scored in a match, wickets taken. If you want to know the performance of any cricketer, then you can have this data handling. Heights, weights, average height weight of students, daily rainfall. Right now monsoon is going on, so daily rainfall, temperature as well, profit and loss by any company. Same way, numerous examples are there in which we collect information, right? So we will learn that what is data, how to organize the data, and how to represent the data in form of graph and chart, right? So these are few steps: collecting the data, then organize it, then represent it in forms of graph and charts. Suppose I'll give you an example. For example, a teacher may like to know the average height of students in her class. So to find this, what she will do? She will collect all the heights information from the students, right? So first step, collection. Then she will organize the data in a systematic manner, and then she will go for interpreting or representing, right? So we are studying in this chapter, we will study data and its frequency distribution, pictograph, bar graph, histogram, pie chart, chance and probability, then mean median mode. These things are under data handling topic. Now pictograph. You already know about pictograph, so let us revise. It is a pictorial representation of data making symbol. You will use image or drawing for certain number of things. For example, I have shown this pictograph in which we have number of apples sold, and legend or key is helpful to know about the scale, right? Suppose we have more number of apples, 100. So will you draw 100 apples in the table? No, you can't. So you have to reduce the scale. Okay, here see, two apples sold will show one diagram. That means one apple in this pictograph determines that there are two apples. So for Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 2, 12 apples were sold. Likewise, we will denote. Sometimes there are half incomplete figure also. Suppose if I draw half apple, that means it half of 2 will be 1. So based on the pictograph, many questions maybe there may be many questions which may be asked. For example, in this pictograph, I can ask how many apples were sold on the day of Thursday. So likewise, you will have a pictograph. You will draw a pictograph on the information, and then you will write the answer. Next comes bar graph, a display of information in the graph using bars of uniform width. See, bar height will give the quantity. Quantity is always on the vertical axis, and on the horizontal we will have the categories. For example, we have this graph of favorite sport, right? So all the sports are written over here, and the number, the quantity is written over here. Okay, and the more the quantity, the higher will be the height. So while when developing bar graph, draw a horizontal or vertical bar for each category value. The height and length will represent the number of units, right? And then select the consistent width. There must be equal gaps between these bars, right? So there are three type of graphs: horizontal, vertical, line graphs also, right? So variety of graphs are there. Even we have double bar graph. We can see in the next slide. You see double bar graph, a bar graph which shows two sets of data at a time simultaneously. So in one graph only you will see two things. So you see there are two axes, scale you have to select, right? And very important that all double bar graph must have a title, right? So just above the graph you must start with the title. Now see, a double bar graph will also include a key. For example, there are two colors given. So this dark color is for boys and light color is for girls. So at a time, suppose in 1995, what was the number of students? Total number of students, out of which there were these many boys and these many girls, right? So key for the double bar graph will represent the groups being compared with two separate colors. You have to choose separate colors. So at a time, we can compare them. Clear? So these were few things that are there in our textbook, and previously also you might have tried all these. So this was somewhat the revision of what we already knew. So what you will do, you will have try this on page number 71 in your NCRT textbook, and in that three questions are given on page number 71. Try these. Please try them, draw them, and let us know that the basic knowledge of graphs and all these things are clear in our mind. More questions we will be discussing from the next video. So that's all for today.